I'm 24F and I live with my parents currently. I'm doing this to save money and they haven't charged me rent until now. I've been basically paying rent by doing the chores, mainly cleaning the house, grocery shopping, managing their bills, cooking their meals and taking care of my 5F cousin. Due to some circumstances my parents are currently her guardians, when I'm off work. This hasn't left me with that much free time, however it's been in fact helping me save money, so I've been more than happy with this arrangement. Recently however my parents have asked me to start paying rent. I asked them if everything was okay and if they're struggling, but they told that's not the case and they just feel like I should contribute more since they've been letting me stay with them for free after finishing college. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit bumped, but the rent they wanted from me was still a way better deal than anything else I would find somewhere else, so I accepted. A few hours ago however my mom confronted me about how I've been slacking off on my chores after I told her I can't take care of my cousin since I had plans with some friends. She said they tried to be understanding but this can't keep going on, and I asked her what she meant. Since the deal was that me doing chores was going to be how I pay rent, now that I'm actually paying rent I'll stop doing them, and I thought that was obvious. She got mad, called me ungrateful and spoiled. I told her she can't expect me to pay rent and I'll do all these chores that left me with no free time, and that I'd be better off if I just found my own place even if it was going to cost me more at this point. She got angry once more because I'd rather give money to some stranger than your own family, and said she can't believe how big of an I am and to just wait until my dad hears about it. He's gonna be back in a few hours, and honestly I've been thinking about our fight, if you can even call it that, and I'm wondering if I really am entitled for how I feel? Apologies for any mistakes/errors. Update 1: English is not my first language and I suppose the use of the word chores confused some people. By chores I don't mean just washing the dishes and taking out the trash. 2. A lot of you also assume that just because I don't think it's fair I continue cleaning their mess this means I suddenly want them to be my maid and cook and do everything for me. How y'all reached the conclusion instead of the sane one where I'd continue doing stuff for myself is beyond me, but anyways. No, I do not expect them to clean after me or cook my food or whatever, I still do those things. 3. They do not support me financially and haven't done so since I finished college 2 years ago. I pay 1/3 of the bills with my own money, I buy my own groceries, whatever shared necessities, toilet paper, cleaning products, etc. I also contribute too. If I want/need something I buy it myself. 4. The reason I'm still living with them is literally the beginning of the first sentence. Like how so many of you could have just skipped that part. 5. Yes, I am aware that once I move out I'll have to both pay rent and do chores. I've lived with roommates before and I know I'd have to share chores with them as well, and TBH I preferred that compared to what my parents expected of me. Now on to the update. My dad came home last night a few hours after I've made that post and he told me mom informed him about our fight, but he's tired and we'll talk about it in the morning. I was quite anxious and could barely sleep NGL. Well, the morning came and we had the talk. My dad told me that he's discussed things with mom and he does kinda understand why I'd be unhappy with our new arrangement, but that he still considers they're giving me an amazing deal. I asked, as some suggested in the comments, if they're struggling financially, which he denied. Then I asked if they just want me to move out and don't know how to tell me. Once again he denied that and both of them got slightly offended that I'd even suggest that. So yeah, they haven't given me an exact reason for their change of heart. They just think it's still a fair deal even with the added rent. I told them that I get it's their house and they can do what they want, but personally I don't find it fair, so I'll be trying to move out as soon as possible. They didn't quite like that either. My mom brought up once more the fact that I'd rather make a stranger rich than contribute to our household, which made me kinda mad because I think I've done my fair share of contributing to the household so far. She started tearing up a bit and went on a rant about how she can't believe her only child would do this to her and to at least think of my cousin. About how my cousin loves me and abandoning her would destroy her. My father then told me he thinks I'm irrational and that he'll allow me to calm down and rethink my decision when I'm less agitated. I was the calmest out of the three of us, lol, because I'll see that they're right once I've thought things through. So yeah, that's the update. I already started searching for a place and I think I'll just let them think I've accepted their new terms until I can find anything, so wish me luck.